네. So it is currently 7 a.m. I originally had an appointment at 7 a.m. but I'm going to the African hair salon again, so I decided I'm gonna show up at 8. I think I'm getting this African time thing down. I am going to have some breakfast. I'm gonna have a watermelon smoothie. Bye, Mom. Oh. Say bye, babies. See you. Okay, so Mom knew that I was gonna be at the salon for probably like 7 hours minimum. She packed me a little lunchbox, which is so cute. Can't wait to open it and see what's inside. That's the beautiful sound of memes. 머리 하러 가는 거예요.
머리 하러?
머리, 네.
머리?
네. 머리 딸 거예요.
이뻐려고?
네.
이뻐지려고?
네.
그래요.
네.
여자는 이뻐야 돼.
네, 맞아요.
지금도 이쁜데 뭐.
아, 감사합니다.
진짜야.
Hello, cutie pies. Okay, so what do we think? Do we like the hair? Do we like the color? I feel like it's giving what it needs to give. But you know what was not giving? What was not giving? Oh my God. Okay, so today's video was interrupted by me because I got some basically. I got some BS to tell you. So let's rewind real quick. You know, I have a little story time. That's why I'm interrupting this video. So y'all remember earlier in the clip when I showed you the old man in the taxi and he was being so nice and he was telling me that I was pretty and yada 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 and it was all good and vibes and everything was just dandy. Well, guess what? That didn't last for too long because you'll never believe what happened. Guess what happened, y'all? Guess what happened? Okay, I'm gonna tell you what happened. So what had happened was we in a taxi, okay? You know what I'm saying? He's complimenting me. He's like, you know, you're so pretty and whatever. You're gonna hit your hand up, whatever, all that stuff. He's doing the most. And I'm just yum, 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 eat it up. Like, I'm like, yummy, thank you. Like, I'm eating these compliments up. And I really thought he was just gonna be a regular, schmegular, nice old man. And wrong. Even talking about this now gets me stressed. So, I'm in a taxi, like I said, minding my business, he's minding his business, whatever. The drive in total was about like 30 minutes long. And if you guys remember in the last video where I went to this hair salon for the first time, I had to be dropped off at a certain area because at one part of the drive, the road gets too small and it's just easier for you to walk. And you know what, I don't even really know whether or not to be mad about this situation because I know that he probably had good intentions, but what he did was uncalled for. So we get to that certain part of the road where it's too small, right? And so I start putting on my little cute girl voice and I go, 저기, which is like, excuse me, I'm like, 저기요, 기사님, 길이 혹시 너무 좁은 거 아닌가요? Which means like, I'm trying to tell him, I'm like, listen, sir, the road is too small. I said, 여기서 내리면 내가 그냥 걸어서 갈게요, right? So I said, let me off here and I will walk my ass to wherever the fuck I need to go because I'm telling you, it was faster for me to walk. But he said no. He was like, I don't know, he was trying to be chivalrous, whatever. He was like, I'm going to take you. He was hell bent on taking me to the damn hair salon. He was like, I'm going to drop you right off in front of the hair salon. I'm going to make sure you get there safe, all that. But clearly, you know, he should have listened to me because the roads got too small, right? So we driving, I'm telling you, the roads keep getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And like, the last taxi guy, like the last taxi driver, he knew what was up. When it started getting a little bit too small, he wasn't sure if he was gonna be able to back up, you know what I'm saying? Beep, beep. When he wasn't sure he was gonna be able to do any of that, he was like, let me back my ass up on out of here. But this taxi driver, no. He had determination. He was ambitious. And you know, there's calculated ambition, you know what I'm saying? There's a difference between calculated ambition and just pure stupidity. And this one was just dumb, because the further we went, the smaller and smaller and smaller the road gets, right? And I keep telling him, I'm like, listen, I think the road is too small. You gotta let me out here. I'll just walk, you know what I'm saying? And he was just like, no, I got you. Lo and behold, he didn't got me, because all of a sudden, after, you know, the road just keeps getting smaller and smaller. I feel like I was in a taxi, but I was getting claustrophobic. He just keeps going, and then all of a sudden, boom, and I'm sitting in the back, I'm like, oh, what the hell? Like, what just happened? The taxi driver hit something. Shit. We're both looking at each other. I'm looking at him, he looking at me, we looking at each other. And I'm sitting there like, what you looking at me for? You the driver. My ass is over here in the back. I'm just chilling. I told you to let me out. He gets mad as hell, y'all. And mind you, the road has gotten so small now that he can barely even open the door. But he manages to do it somehow. He gets out the driver's side. He comes to the, what is it? The passenger side, and he sees that he done bent up his whole car. When I tell you that she lost his mind, he starts screaming in the street. He's like, "Ayo!" He's freaking fuck out. It was not that busy of a street, because again, it was like 8 o'clock in the morning, like 8:30, something like that. And he's just freaking out. He's screaming, he's just cussing, like all that stuff. I'm sitting in the backseat like, so are you gonna let me get out now? Or like, what's going on? Because the whole time I'm trying to get out of this taxi. So he goes outside, he has himself a little hissy fit or whatever, and then he comes back into the car and he's like, okay, I gotta get out of here. And I was like, okay, and I gotta make it to my appointment. I don't mean to be insensitive, but I was like, I literally told you like to let me out of the car. And mind you, I can't get out either, because the road is too narrow, and now my passenger door has been smashed in from the accident or whatever. So I'm literally just sitting there like, so you gonna let me out or what? And he's like, I keep telling him, I was like, I'll pay, because I could see like the salon from where I was. So I was like, I'll pay, I'm gonna get out, you figure out whatever you need to figure out. And he keeps going like, oh no. So he actually ended up ignoring me. I had my card in my hand. I was like, 아저씨, 기사님, 저기, like I was trying to get his attention in every single way, shape, or form that I could, and he was just ignoring me. And I was getting to the point where I was like, I'm about to get irate, okay? And I'm a very, very respectful person. I don't like fighting, I don't like confrontation, I don't like arguing, none of that. So like when you start to push a little cappy corns button, you best believe we gonna explode. So I try to avoid that at all costs, because I'm like, I don't need this old Korean man seeing my crazy, you know what I'm saying? I don't need the prejudice, the judgment, all that or whatever. Being a black person like abroad, just like by default, it feels like sometimes you become a whole representation. So I was like, okay, go woosah, like all that stuff. So he just kept ignoring me. And my tipping point, okay, and he's lucky I had the respect not to film him, but my tipping point is when I told him, I was like, here, just take my card, I'll pay and I'll get out. And he literally said, shut up. He said shut up in Korean, right? He said shut up in Korean, and the way that he said it right was, he said 닥쳐, and then he looked back at me, and then he goes, he said 조용히 좀 해, 내가 나가야 될 거 아니야, which means like shut the fuck up, like I'm supposed to be getting out too or whatever, something like that, right? And so I'm sitting in the back seat and I go, oh, he's gonna get fucked up. Oh, he's gonna get fucked up. And I was just like, ooh, he's really testing my patience. I had to start singing hymns, y'all. I was sitting in the back of that taxi like, there's something about the name of Jesus. I had to call on my Lord and Savior to make sure that the power of my ancestors did not consume my right hands. With the power of 1,000 slaps. I was like, okay, let me relax. Let me relax a little bit or whatever, right? So I called grandma, right? I called grandma. I said, Mom, I tried to explain the situation to her in English because I didn't want the taxi driver to understand what I was saying in Korean, because I felt like if he would have known that I called somebody to explain the situation, he would have gotten even more lit. And I was trying to de-escalate the situation. So I called her. I tried the best of my ability to explain the situation to her, and she, you know what I'm saying, bless her, she understood everything. And I think what set it over the top is that he was also still yelling in the front seat while I was on the phone with her. I was explaining the situation to her and he's going off or whatever. He's screaming, yelling, and like all this stuff. So she, if Oma is nothing else, y'all, she is a ride or die. Taxi driver starts getting lit, so Oma starts getting lit in the backseat. She said, put me on speaker. She said, put me on speaker right now. She said, tell that man. She pulled a Kevin Hart. She said, tell that man that my mama told me to tell you that if you do not pull this damn car over and let me out right now, we calling the police. You know what I'm saying? She had to pull one of those. She was like, I'm gonna report you, because she was like, you the driver, you fucked up, you're the one who got in the car accident. She's just trying to get out. And again, mind you, this whole time he's doing a whole bunch of reverse whatever, trying to get out of this space, and he's running up my meter. The taxi, the little thingy that charges you the money or whatever, is still going, so I'm still being charged. I'm like, how you gonna charge me to insult me? Make it make sense. I was confused. But anyways, like, let's say I left at 8. The drive was about like 20-30 minutes or whatever. I got there around 8:30 technically, but then because we were doing the whole back and forth or whatever, I didn't get to the salon until around like 9:15, right? And can I just say, even though I didn't get there until 9:15, we didn't start my hair until 11. I really don't think I have this African time thing down. I really don't. I was so confused. There was a lot of confusion. But anyways, long story short, Oma starts yelling at this man or whatever, so he backs the car up, he ends up getting out of the tight space or whatever. I guess I get it. He just wanted to have somebody to go through the trials and tribulations with, you know what I'm saying? He didn't want to be alone. I get it. Anyway, so we get out, right? So as soon as we get out of the little tight space or whatever, he's back onto the main road. I'm thinking he's gonna let me out here and I'm gonna walk to my destination like I told him to do like a block ago. But he didn't want to listen to me. Stupid. We on the main road and I give him my card, right? Because I'm like, you can let me out here. Tell me why the man just grabs my card and he holds on to it. I was like, sir, I'm not the 1, the 2, or the 3. 3 strikes, you're out. And I'm like, this is the 3rd time. You really tested my patience, because now you just hold my car for what? He's holding on to my car. He's still driving. The meter's still going up. I'm looking, oh, child, I was so irritated. He's holding on to my car. I'm like, because I'm distraught or whatever. And then he keeps driving. He is still determined. I'm like, sir, you done turned this into Mission Impossible. Like, you could have just dropped me off. Like, we could have avoided this whole ordeal. Your car did not need to go through all that just to take me to this damn hair salon. But you know what I'm saying? He was like, I got to see it through, my boy. I got to see it through. And he was gonna take me to the end, I guess. He was like, come hell or high water, I'm gonna get you to this damn appointment. And he didn't. Because the road, again, no matter which way he went, the road was too small. It just wasn't built for like a bigger vehicle and stuff like that. So he finally dropped me off, I guess, as close as he could get. And then he like gave me my card or whatever. But I was like, you done ran up a whole nother 40-minute bill on some bullshit. I still paid or whatever. I paid and then I went out, and you know, it was fine because the hair is giving slay. But anyways, that's what happened. That's what happened, y'all. Life is never boring over here. And then anyways, after all that happened, I was literally in a state of turmoil or whatever. So then Oma was like, let's go do a family dinner. And we had an amazing family dinner. I'm gonna insert some clips of it here. all for today's video. If you like these videos and want to see more videos, then don't forget to like and subscribe, but also tune in next time for more videos.